Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So, a long awaited, forever forgotten, overly powerful magic is dead. Let's face it, this isn't the magic that we grew up with. In my childhood, magic did different things and looked differently. This is the skinwalker of magic. However, we need to use her as a brand new champion. And first things first, she does look badass. Like, playing her, animations, dashback, all of that good stuff. I do like it. She's very cool. Animations have been updated well, so...
Shut up and
as
take my
the
money.
cult leader said...
I tell one jar brown $2. Bruu. Mupi au Urkuentiro LL. Wah.
Ma power control. There is a teeny tiny bit of a kind of power control. But that's the obvious thing, because obviously Magic's a completely different champion. And the first thing that I noticed is that Magic is extremely hard to play. Like, she's the type of champion where one split this second decision that you do wrong effectively either completely destroys your ramp up or just makes you get wrecked in the face. So, for better or worse, it's very, very complex. The way she works is that you do want to upkeep
Shut
your
up and
limbo
take
as
my
much
money.
as possible. Buff the
The
buffs.
buff's $10.
And that's funny. So far, again, Magic's buff could work out fine. Korg was bad. Storm was so-so. Magic, I actually kind of like it. But yeah, the entire point is that you want to upkeep your limbo for as long as possible. Or if you're going to be exiting limbo, you want to make sure that you're re-entering it basically instantly in order not to lose your degens. And heavy attack slows down buffs. After special attacks, they speed up. So whenever you use a special attack, you generally kind of want to throw a heavy attack, especially after level 2, to make sure that you do pause all of those degens. And then, you need to kind of play carefully. And that is kind of the trick there. But you always need to make sure that after your level 2, opponent doesn't have like a bar of power. And there's just quite a lot of timers, quite a lot of like nuances that add up when you use her. So let's just jump in here. This is the first fight. This is going to be the first fight. So this is going to be baseline Magic. I'm still learning her, and I was learning her as I was recording these fights. So let's take her out for a spin in the rotation. So animations look kick-ass though. Like, I just want to play with her. Like, I want her to be good. Trust me, I want her to be good. Ideally, generally, here's what you want. You want your opponent to activate their level 1 before you reach 1 bar of power. And actually, there I made a mistake, but that's fine, because I wasted my filter there. But that's okay. And you do want to make sure that you kind of stay in that limbo all the time. Like, now I have activated my special attack, I will throw a heavy attack, which is, again, not how I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to bait out opponent's special attack before I do this. And then you just kind of want to build up to your level 2s in order to get in more degens. And activating your special attacks makes them die. We can see that my limbo is expiring there very, very slowly. So I want to bait that special out. I want my limbo to expire. And that will trigger new limbo for me. And then I activate my special. And then I want to immediately throw my heavy attack again to pause my limbo. So I did get a bit lucky then because I did not have falter anymore. And it kind of rinses and repeats itself. I want, again, to make sure that the expiry of my previous limbo activates a new one. Then it virtually has no downtime. That is kind of the trick there. So after you throw a special attack, again, you do basically want to immediately be able to throw a heavy. And whenever your limbo is about to expire, you want to always make sure that you can trigger a new one pretty much immediately. And here we go. Again, I do kind of like a risky thing here, but I did de-accelerate my limbo. And now I can build up my level 2. At this point, though, I would have been pretty much perfectly fine. I would have been perfectly fine, I think, going for level 1s in order to dial the degen up. Here I do make a wee bit of a mistake, but it's okay. We can heal that up, or most of it. And that Winter Soldier is dead. So it wasn't a perfect fight, but it wasn't like that far off her down shot. And that's like 1 minute and 58. 1 minute, and then I wanted to have like a baseline, so I ascended my Werewolf by Night, and I took my Werewolf by Night in the fight, and obviously we all know that Werewolf by Night is the type of champion, especially without any attack modifiers, especially in fights with no buffs. Werewolf by Night is a fairly mid damage champion. He's not slow, he's not fast. So I wanted to see how it stacks up. Basically, I'm not gonna showcase the werewolf gameplay here too much, but I do make a small mistake. Obviously, I do. But again, if she has more damage than werewolf, then she would be, you know, good-ish, depending how much more. If she's slower than werewolf, then she would already be immediately kind of on the slower side. Keep in mind, I did give Magic my Ghost Rider relic too. And here we go. We're finishing the fight out with werewolf. And 158. So she's slightly faster than werewolf in a generic fight with no buffs. So that's not bad. Now let's take a look at some of the cosmic matchups that we got going on. And again, here I will immediately lift my hand up and admit to the fact that many of these I had to try again to get the fight right, because there's often like one little thing that went wrong and I just messed up. And then, you know, there's not much to do. Like one mess up, especially here, 5 stars against 7 stars, because of the challenger rating, block damage is kind of accentuated, if you will. It's not super easy. And so I will recover that health, just FYI. My limbo is expiring there. That's fine. I retrigger it. It's paused during opponent's specials. I can go in for my level 2. That's Dire Legion. And like once you kind of get going in these fights, like again, as soon as the health pool isn't like massively oversized for the 5-star, didn't do too bad. But again, she does have nothing against that unstoppable, so you always have to keep checking the time. And it was 1 minute and 5 for that Thanos, which again is comparable to a Balagron's fight effectively. So it's not on the fastest side, but it's doable. But it's again not an easy fight. And Serpent as well. You absolutely can do Serpent well with Magic, but it took me like 10 tries until I kind of like got it. And I still think this finish here is going to be a little bit messy. Because obviously because of the Neutralize, you can bypass that Immortality. And that Limbo does recover block damage plus willpower, plus buff acceleration, gets rid of his power gains quicker if Neutralize hasn't caught them already. And still though, here you see, not the cleanest fight, and I messed up here a little bit in the end. Realistically, my block damage wouldn't have been as high, so 51 seconds. She can definitely do Serpent quite quick. That Neutralize against Cosmic Champions, 125%, against everybody else, 75%, so bypass of Immortality there's guaranteed. And Dark Phoenix fight again, she can do that fight, but she's not like the best counter. If Dark Phoenix for any reason throws one level 1, or you slightly miscalculate your power, or one little thing goes wrong, you're screwed. You can see the way it works in this fight is where I want to constantly cycle in and out of my limbo, and I want to basically use MD to push me past bars of power and retrigger my limbo, and continuously use that to again get past the bar of power. And because my special attacks do not give any power to the opponent, I generally don't need to survive many or any special attacks, because you can just kind of do this the entire fight. Now I'll take a little bit of that no flame damage, but I can recover that. And here the crucial point is I kill her. I kill her when Neutralize wasn't active, so she triggers the buff, not passive, and then I accelerate it. So it's very hard to pull it off in the end as well. So you can do the fight, but it's not easy. And again, like you can use her in some random matchups too. We did try out on Sentinel here. And the general idea is again the same. Even in like basic matchup, because Sentinel is not hard to fight. It took me kind of several tries to do this fight, because as a rule of thumb here for just about everything, I here already kind of like broke that rule. You want to activate your level 1 or level 2 when opponent is under a bar of power. so you can throw your heavy attack immediately. Otherwise, you know, you're going to be relying on that falter, and if they throw a special, that can end quite badly for you. So again, I will want to throw my level 2 here below Sentinel's power threshold, and then I want to charge my heavy attack immediately, kind of like slow down my limbo, and then again I used MD to immediately push me back past that limbo. So I have, and that's kind of like the biggest criticism I have about Magic is she's the type of champion that used to be so simple to use. Used to be a champion that everybody could pick up and play. I struggle seeing 90+% of this player base using Magic well. I think, you know, MSD and Fintechs and, you know, Barrowmans and like C5 players will get used to, you know, intricacies of Magic. And if she's good enough, they will be able to use her, and she might, you know, potentially be worth it. Like, look at this fight. It's going to be kick-ass. But that is going to be the big commentary here. I think 90+% of the player base will not be able or get or want to or will try to use Magic. That's kind of the big takeaway from me, because she's very, very punishing and she's quite tricky to use. And again, I just started, you know, practicing with her, but it definitely was not easy. And it's gonna become easier. But yeah. Anyways, that's it for Magic. Let me know what you think, and I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the next